Hey team, so we are going to be taking some notes here, this time on multiples. So go ahead and you can either grab a sheet of notebook paper and make this sort of grid here. You can put definition, in my own words, examples, illustration with multiple notes at the top, just like here. Or you can click in the assignment called 1.2 notes on multiples, or sorry, 1.4 notes on multiples. You can pull up, make a copy of the slide deck, and you'll see that there will be a blank sheet or slide that looks just like this. Whichever you're going to do, go ahead and pause the video and do that now. Great. So here we go. So we're going to go ahead and take some notes. So we know that the sort of definition, the given definition of a multiple is a number that can be divided by another number without a remainder, right? So we can't have anything left over. So when I think about what that means to me, again, I like to think in bullet points. So I think about that multiples, they multiply, right? They are going to be getting bigger and that there are so many of them, right? So in an example, if I'm going to count, skip count, right, which is another way that I think about this in my own words, if I say 5, I'm going to say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and so on and so on and so on. The numbers get bigger and they go on infinitely, forever and ever. I also have songs that help me remember a lot of these multiples, right? And so I think of them as multiple tunes. There are many songs to remember these multiples, and they are multiplication facts, right? That's sort of another way of thinking about them. They're often seen in lists of numbers, just like this, right? So multiples get bigger. All right, so when I then think about a picture that kind of comes to mind, I might think here about this illustration, right? So I'm going to think about that it's a number, a multiple is a number that can be divided by another one without having a remainder. So I'm just going to draw an example here. 5 into 25. So 25 is my dividend. It will be divided in the end, divided by 5. And I'm going to prove that 5 is a that 125 is a multiple of 5. So 5 goes into 1 0 times, it goes into 12 2 times, which is 10. Then you must subtract. Then you bring it down. I'm going to bring down my 5. And 5 goes into 25 5 times, right? Which is 25. There's nothing left over. So we've proven that 125 is a multiple of 5s. If I count 5 5s, I will hit 125. It's a multiple. It divides with no remainder. I could also get there, right, by doing just counting up. I could also think about my divisibility rules in thinking that I know that if a number ends in 5 or 0, then God's your hero. So I know that if I count by 5s, right, that 125 will be a number I'll hit. So it will be a multiple. In my brain, this also makes sense. As another type of illustration, I like to think of that there are, if I make this bigger for you to see, there are all these numbers, right? So if I want to know what the multiples or what some multiples are of a given number, say of 5, since we've been thinking about 5s, right? They are all smaller, or sorry, they all fit inside of 5. So 5 has all of these multiples here. They grow, they get bigger, they go forever. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20 to 30, right? And it keeps going and going and going. That's true for every number, right? Multiples multiply. So your mission is to um, come up with sort of describing what multiples, how multiples make sense in your own words. Give some examples that make sense to you and drew a picture that also makes sense to you.